Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going live here. So I was going to do an interview with Mac Daddy's dogs, Art Makepeace. What's up, Buzz Buzz? Um, we had some technical issues with the audio, so he's going to try to work that out. He's going to try to get his audio worked out. Mac Daddy's dogs. He also has a YouTube channel. Go check him out. He's going to try to get his audio worked out, and hopefully, once he gets that worked out, we'll be able to do an interview with him. If anybody on here wants to or is interested in doing an interview, if whether you're a vendor or a laundromat owner or whatever, you own a business in general. If you own a bar, if you own any kind of business, selling clothes, whatever. If you're interested in doing an interview, shout at me. HotDoggingWithDan at gmail.com. HotDogging, DOGGING, not DOGGIN. So it's HotDoggingWithDan at gmail.com. Shoot me an email if you're interested in doing an interview. I use Zoom, so just have a Zoom account. Make sure you have video and audio, and we'll get you set up. We'll do an interview and kind of talk business, talk about your how you got into whatever business you're in. If you're interested in doing an interview, hotdoggingwithdan at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know, and we can get that set up. In the meantime, since Art had technical issues with his microphone, we're going to just do a random Ask Me Anything. As you guys know, I'm guessing most of you, if not all of you, were on Ben Wilson's Hot Dog Cart Store, Ben Wilson's live stream that just ended not too long ago. Definitely good information. Popcorn. Talking about some popcorn. It was pretty good stuff, man. Definitely some good stuff. So if you were on Ben's, let me. If you were on Ben's live stream, everybody in there was talking to me and hollering at me to go live. So here we are, just gonna do a live, kind of a Q&A. Ask me anything, whatever you want to know. Holler at me. Type it in the comments. I'm watching. I don't know how the ads are set up on this thing, but if the ads are set up and they're annoying, let me know. I'll try to figure out how to turn them off. I don't know how it's set up though, so just holler at me. Anywho, who we got on here? Who do we have here? We've got Buzz Honey. How you doing? What's going on? I got 6 viewers, a whopping 6 viewers. So if you're here, if you're watching, shout at me. If you have a question, let me know. In the meantime, until questions start coming up, let's talk. Doing good here in Cali. Buzz in California. Is it cold there? Boy, I'm tired. In the meantime, in between time, let's talk about locations, because that seems to be the going thing right now with my channel. With the last video I posted, location. So obviously I hit 75 likes on that video, which if you watch the video, I said if I hit 75 likes, I'll do it. So obviously I got to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know when. Hopefully, probably soon. Probably within the next week or so. Mike, what's going on? Larry. Probably within the next week or so. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to set up at that Steak and Shake location. 65 degrees. Boy, it is currently in Indianapolis, Indiana. The weather is 30 degrees. And that was a couple hours ago, so it's probably... Oh, nope, it's still 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Lucky Buzz. So I'm going to go ahead and set up at the Steak and Shake. if anything, it'll give me, like, even if I get no business while I'm there, and I'm probably just gonna do it for a day, maybe two. Not gonna lie to you, just because I am kind of worried about. I am kind of worried about the idea of, being on somebody's property and not having permission and all of that good stuff. So just because I hit the 75 likes on that video, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it for a day. If I get no customers at all, even if I get no customers at all, I'll be content, because it's going to give me an opportunity to get the big dog cart out and try it out and get a good setup, a good flow going with it, because I haven't used it yet. So I'm at least going to do that for a day, to you know cover the 75 likes that I got, and to live up to my promise. So I promise you, if I got 75 likes on that video, I'd do the Steak and Shake location. So I'm going to do it. Don Marie, why a hot dog cart and not a food trailer or a food truck? Very good question. That's a really common question, actually. I'm not against either. I'm not against food trailers or food trucks at all. My big thing is, when I got into it, I started in front of the Wild Beaver. If you go back and watch my videos, it's in front of a bar called the Wild Beaver here in Indianapolis. I've been frequenting that bar since pretty much I was like 22 or 23 years old. So I like the place. I like the people there. I wanted to be able to post up in front of that place, which I would not have been able to do with a food cart or with a trailer or a food truck, because our city regulates food trucks and trailers differently from food carts. They're regulated. A food trailer, food truck here in Indianapolis is regulated as a restaurant, basically, a restaurant on wheels, which we all know that a restaurant on wheels is essentially what a food cart is, but it's just, for whatever reason, the city regulates it differently, and I wouldn't be allowed to park on the curb because in front of the bar, because with a food trailer or a food truck, because that's just, our city doesn't allow it unless you have a special permit, and I don't really want to have to apply for a special permit every single time I go out to park in front of that bar. And with a food cart, I'm down interacting with people, and that's kind of where the content, I think the food, being on a food cart, being on a hot dog cart, is really what makes my videos better. Like, because I'm interacting with people, people come behind the food cart and get up in the camera, as you've seen in a few of my videos. Just the interaction is different with a food cart and a food truck or a food trailer. The customer interaction is different, and with me having a YouTube channel, the interaction on a food cart is just more conducive to what I'm looking to do. Tell me about a commissary. What do you want to know about a commissary, Ron? The commissary that I use is actually a garage that was converted to a commissary, a commercial kitchen, minus the cooking stuff. They have, basically, it's just a garage. They came in and painted it, cleaned it up, drywalled it. They ran plumbing for all the drains and sinks and stuff that are necessary. They bought a couple of refrigerators, put them in there for food storage. They've got a food storage pantry. They pretty much converted their garage into a commercial food storage facility. Now, as far as getting a hot dog, if you're getting a hot dog cart, you have to have a commissary. If you're getting a hot dog cart, you have to have a commissary. The commissary, it's really easy. It's really easy to find a commissary. Realistically, you can go to, thanks, Don Marie. Realistically, you can go to any restaurant. Like me personally, I've got friends in the restaurant industry. I've got several friends in the downtown that own downtown restaurants that I could call them up and say, hey, do you mind if I use your restaurant address as a commissary for my hot dog cart business? Just because you use that company that address as a commissary for the state's purposes or for the city's purposes doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a key to the place and go there every day and store your food there and all that. Realistically, they don't. They're not going to come and check, and they're not going to come up to your hot dog cart and say, "Hey, are you storing your hot dogs at the Giovanni's Pizza around the corner like you said you were?" Like they're not going to ask you that. And in my case, I don't have leftovers to store anyway. I throw my leftovers out just because I don't like storing food. Unless it's frozen, obviously. If an unused product is a different thing from leftovers, like leftover cooked product. If I have at the end of the night like 5, 6 hot dogs in the cart that are boiled and ready to eat, I just throw them out, or I'll give them to homeless that walk by, or I'll give them to the bar staff because the bar staff is a huge help for me. When I park out in front of the bar, they're a massive help. If I have to go use the bathroom, if I have to go into get a Coke, or if I go in to get change, if I run short on ones, I'll go in and the bar manager will change me out, 41s, 220s for 41s. They're a huge help for me, so I feed them for free regardless. If they come out in the middle of the night and say I'm hungry, I'll give them some hot dogs. So they help me out monumentally. But back to the commissary thing, or wait, yeah. So back to the commissary thing. That's kind of what I don't have leftovers. So realistically, you can contact any restaurant if you know somebody that has a restaurant, or just call up. Most cities have a commercial commissary place where food trucks and food carts pay like a monthly fee. It's like 20 or $30 a month, and you can use their commercial kitchen. So if you could do that, it's simple. Commissaries are simple. You have to have one, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it. Let's see, what else do we have here? Cleaning up. Let me go back up. Cleaning up the area so I can launch my YouTube, Facebook channel. Make it happen, Mike. Make it happen. Do a live feed from the steak and shake. I probably won't do a live feed. I'm gonna record it though. I'll record it. Just because if I do get some interesting interactions, I'll be able to edit it down. Because what I've found is a lot of people don't really like watching the full 3-4 hours of live feed, because most of it's boring. It's just me sitting there waiting on somebody to drive up, or somebody to come up. So I probably won't live feed it. I'll record it though. I will record it and make a video out of it, just kind of so so I can show you guys this is what I did. This is how I did it. And I'm definitely going to do a setup, because I haven't even set up my hot dog cart yet. So I don't even know how I'm going to set it up in a way that I guess I'm used to with the cart that I lease for the bar. You get used to being able to do certain things because you get used to where everything is located on the cart. I haven't even done a run through with that on the big dog cart yet. So I'm probably going to do a video about that while I'm at the setting up at the Steak and Shake. So it'll actually probably be 2 or 3 videos that I make out of that experience. Let's see, vacant commercial real estate. Yes, there is a lot of it. I've always said that the brick and mortar anything is just, it's all gonna go away soon. It's all gonna go away soon. Brick and mortar retail, brick and mortar, it's good to have you can't really get rid of a brick and mortar restaurant, but with things like Uber, things like Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub, all these apps that are coming out that are making it so much easier to get to these restaurants and get to these fast food places. There's going to be a lot of businesses that are either going to go. There's going to be a lot of restaurants and businesses that are either going to go out of business, or they're just going to have to downsize into smaller places because people just aren't going out to eat anymore. Now, obviously, you get restaurants like Hard Rock Cafe and bars like Wild Beaver, nightlife type places. You're not going to be able to. There's no app that's going to be able to replace the what they do. But when it comes to just food places like fast food, Steak and Shake, McDonald's, and whatnot, I think the idea of sit-in restaurants. I think rallies and checkers were ahead of their time. The idea of a sit-down restaurant is gonna go south, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Bought a hot dog trike yesterday in Australia. Shout out from Australia. What's going on, Australia? Hot dog trike. That's pretty neat. I've seen those. That's pretty cool. Is it the one that's got? Is it kind of has like a box or something on the back of it? Or you sling dogs out of the back of it? Hot dog cart, low overhead. Exactly. Small town. We have Ernie's hot dog cart. Yeah, Larry, hot dog cart, low overhead. Back to kind of goes back to Dawn's question about hot dog cart versus food truck. Um, the cost of entry is insanely different between them two. So that's kind of another barrier for me. If you watched my video about how I got into hot dogging, it cost me next to nothing to start hot dogging because I leased the cart from another company for $50 a day or $50 a night in my case, working in front of the bar. So it cost me next to nothing to get into that. Whereas for a food truck, it would have been a lot more expensive. Even if I had found somebody willing to lease me their food truck, it would have been a lot more expensive because you have the insurance, you have the gas, you have all of the stuff that goes into a food truck. Despite and that's not even considering the fact that a food truck in itself is so much more expensive to build or purchase. Um, it just the cost of entry is another one. Good difference between the two of them. Thanks, David. Happy you got through COVID and came out on the other side healthy. Appreciate that, man. Me too, obviously. Marcos, what's going on? Seems like you guys have a lot of prerequisites just to operate a basic hot dog stand. Yes, we do here in America. Oh, government, buddy. They yeah, and that's one of the things that's one of the reasons I like the hot dog cart versus the food truck or opening a restaurant is there's so many less prerequisites, so much less restrictions and regulations when it comes to a hot dog cart. Um, you bought a big dog cart, Ron. That's awesome, man. Commissary has you stumped. What about Commissary? What aspect in particular about Commissary has you stumped? I mean, I'm assuming you've already reached out to your city, county / whatever, and they're requiring that you have a commissary that you give them the information of the commissary that you're going to use, right? Just what aspect of that has you stumped? Don Marie, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. I don't really like throwing away hot dogs if I have any left at the end of the night. I just, I don't. It doesn't make sense. I already paid for them. They're cooked. If somebody wants them, take them. Joe, glad to see you doing good. Thank you. The truck I bought, small steam table, completely necessary. Is it completely necessary to steam the buns? I don't steam my buns. I throw them. So my buns, if you watch my videos, I keep my buns in a what is it? It's a 1/3 size pan. It's like a 6 inch 1/3 size pan. I keep my buns in that pan on the far left in my videos. There's no heat under them. There's no water in there. It's not a steam. It's just a pan. And the only reason I put the buns in there is because it gives me the ability to, if you watch, I flip the lids on them. It's just easier access for me. That's just the routine that I have. Keenan, following Keenan. What's going on, buddy? But yeah, I flip the lid on the pans, and I just keep the buns in that pan on the far left just because that's kind of the routine that I have, and it works for me. It's just what's comfortable for me. I'm gonna take these off because I'm not listening to anybody talk anymore. But yeah, I don't steam my buns. You don't have to. The heat, I will say this: the heat from the hot dogs on the far right of my cart. When you're watching my videos, I boil the hot dogs on the far right pan, and the heat, that's the only burner running under that pan, and the heat from that warms up the cheese and chili in the middle pan, and it also warms the buns. I like warm buns. I think most people do. It just changes the feel and taste of the buns. Um, but you don't have to. How many days a week do you need to go to the laundromat? I go to my laundromat once a week. Sometimes Friday, sometimes Thursday, sometimes whenever. I mean, I really only like, so this week is a little different. Obviously, I had the Danny D'Angelo thing over the weekend, so I was there over the weekend. Um, and I've been there for the past couple of days because I'm meeting with distributors to work on getting new equipment, getting quotes for new equipment. So outside of that, on a normal week where I'm not meeting anybody there or have nothing else, no other reason to go there, I only go once a week. I try to keep it that way, just because like that was my whole intention on getting it, and that's the reason I have the Alexa system and the Ring cameras and the ability to run it remotely. So even though I'm not there, I'm still there. I see it. I watch the cameras on occasion, not really as often as I probably should, because I mean, I got a guy. I got a guy that lives in the apartments across the street that comes over and he helps me out as far as stopping in, keeping it clean, kicking people out when necessary. Um, but other than that, I don't go. I just go in to get paid once a week, do collection and get paid. How many days a week? I just answered that. Following Keenan, the man, the myth, the legend in the house. Big fan of the wild bin. Oh, go check out Keenan's channel. I'm sure most of you probably found me through Keenan. But if you didn't and you don't know who Following Keenan is, if you don't live on the planet Earth and you don't know who Following Keenan is, go check out his channel. I'm telling you, the whole he dude just had a dryer. My biggest fear is a dryer fire, and he had it, and he played the security video footage of the dryer fire when it broke from the time that it broke out until the time that the camera got so hot that it melted and you couldn't see anything. And just watching that footage gave me heartburn. That's my biggest fear about owning a laundromat is a dryer fire. And he's already got it. He's already got it up and going, and well, I don't think he's got that section opened yet, but um, he's already got new walls up and all that stuff. So he's showing you how to fix that problem too. So definitely a great channel, definitely a great video. Go check that dude out. Following Keenan if you live on Mars. Joe, big fan of Wild Ben Wilson. That's how I stumbled on you. I have a cart and just trying to get it going. Any wisdom to share on this? Joe, just do it, man. Let me tell you. The biggest thing that I've found is people fear stops people. Like people get so scared and they get so over analytical. Well, how do I do this? How do I do that? I want to make sure I do this first. I want to make sure I do that first. Just do it. Just do it. You don't overanalyze things. I like to keep it simple. Like even on my cart, like if you watch my videos, you don't hear anybody ordering bratwurst and sauerkraut and all this other fancy stuff because I don't sell it. Hot dogs. That's all it is. It's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. It's hot dogs. That's all I sell. I keep it simple. Eventually, I would like to get up to bratwurst and stuff, so I can start working maybe weddings and doing car dealerships and stuff. But I mean, it's even then, it's still not. It's not difficult. Don't overthink it. Pick a product, pick some toppings, price it, sell it. It's really that simple. Chris, Krisky. I don't know if it's Chris or Chris Key. You tell me. I'm just gonna call it Chris TV. Both you guys make great vids. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I think his are a little better. He really Keenan really thinks through his videos and plans them. I'm more of the on the fly kind of guy. I just make videos randomly. Low overhead, bigger coin for the house. You got it, Joe. Lower overhead. That's what I try to do. That's why I like carts over food trucks. Cheaper. Jamie Coin. Hey, Jamie. Um, only needs to get cleaned about once a week. No, no. My laundromat gets cleaned daily, several times a day. So there's a guy across the way that lives in the apartments across the street from my apartment complex or from my laundromat. Um, he is he's retired. He does nothing all day. He lives alone. I think he's got a girlfriend that lives in the same apartment complex. But other than that, it's just him. He actually approached me not long after I opened the laundromat. He approached me and said that he was looking for something to do during the day. I told him because I just opened, I won't be able to pay you. I can't afford to pay you because I just opened. I'm still working on getting the business up. He said that's fine. He said, just getting me out of the house is payment enough. So Clyde, if you ever, there may come a day. His name is Clyde. There may come a day when I make a video and he's in it. You'll know him. He actually, um, yeah, he offered to help with no charge or anything. He just wanted to get out of the house. So I just kind of I gave him a key to the office and said, here, if anytime you want to get out of the house, feel free to come on over. Here's the mop, here's the broom, trash bags, whatever you feel like doing to help me out. It's greatly appreciated. And he's been a huge asset for me, a huge asset. Obviously, as business got better, I started paying him. I pay him on average about $100 a week. He just comes, like I say, he comes over a couple. He probably works a total of about 2 hours a week. He just comes and goes whenever he has to go to the convenience store that's located in my strip mall. He'll walk to the convenience store. He'll come in. He'll take out the trash, and then he'll go back home. He just he's been a huge help. So I pay him $100 a week, sometimes a little more. Like this past week, I had, as most of you know, Danny D'Angelo. I had him in my laundromat. We were doing an interview and doing some filming. So this past Friday, Danny flew in on Saturday, and this past Friday, Clyde came over. He saw me on the cameras. I also gave him access to a few of the cameras so he can watch the cameras from home, and he really enjoys that. He really gets a kick out of that. But he saw me on the cameras over there doing some work, cleaning, and he came over and helped me change out some ceiling tiles and repair some things that needed repaired and clean and get prepped for Danny's arrival on Saturday. So I paid him a little extra. I threw him a little extra cash on Friday. So I help him out when I can. He's been a huge asset for me. But no, to answer your question, it doesn't need cleaned once a week. I just go there once a week to get paid. I only deal with the money. Nobody deals with my money but me. So I go in to deal with the money, and Clyde pretty much takes care of everything else. Let's see. Where was I? Don Marie, can't wait until you start using your own hot dog cart. Oh man, me too. Me too. I'm so stoked. Like I look at it every day and I see the size of the steam. Like this is almost a double steam table cart, like a double steam table. Like it's huge. And I bought all these pans. As a matter of fact, uno momento. Stand by 1 minute. full. There it is. There it is. So I'm going to show these to you guys. As you know, I'm used to the flippity top pans on the cart that I lease. Well, the pans that come with a hot dog cart are typically the pans that have the removable lid. You have to pull the lid off, put it somewhere, do what you got to do with the pan, pick the lid back up, put it back on. Well, I'm used to the flippity top pans, so I went and bought these from Ben, hot dog cart store. I got all kinds of different sizes. This is a third size, and then I got the half size here, which is the one I'm gonna use to boil dogs in. But I got the flippity top pans here, and it's gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited about getting to use them. Just because I look at that cart and I see how massive I can only fit 3 of these pans in the cart that I lease, and the big dog cart, I got like 12 pans. It's silly, massive. So I'm so excited to be able to get out and use it myself. Let's see. Randy follows Keenan. Good deal. Do you do hot dogging full time? So right now, honestly, this year I haven't done much hot dogging at all. I did 4th of July. Pretty much the videos that you see on my channel are the only times I've been able to hot dog this year. COVID restrictions have restricted the flow of the downtown traffic, because downtown, being in front of the bar where I normally post up, my business relies on the convention traffic from the conventions and the hotels downtown. It relies on sports. The Bankers Life Field House right across the street from the bar. Whenever they had basketball games for the Indiana Pacers, concerts at the field house, traffic at the bar itself, obviously, customers at the bar itself. And with all that being shut down and restricted, the bar, like right now, the bar is only allowed to have 25 people in it. So 25 people isn't really enough for me to make any kind of money. And like I said, I have to pay $50 a night just to lease the cart to be out there. Because I can't use my own cart. Even though I have my own cart, I can't use it there because I don't have the permit for that area, for that location. So having to pay $50 just to lease a cart to be out in front of a bar that's only got 25 people in it, probably, yeah, it's not really worth. I went out one time and it wasn't worth going out. I barely broke even. So this year I haven't really done much hot dogging at all. Right now, pretty much, like I've got some real estate investments, and I've got the laundromat. And I got a few other sources of income. So, but as far as having a job or working full time, I make it a point not to. I don't want a full time job. I like having freedom to go see my family, to go spend time with my family, to take a vacation whenever I want. That's just kind of my mentality on it. Advice you wish someone told you before you started. Honestly, advice someone told you before you started. I can't really think of anything. I mean, before I started, I binge watched literally every single video on the Hot Dog Cart Store YouTube channel. Every single one of Ben Wilson's videos. I went through and I binge watched for like a week straight. So I did that. I joined the Vendors United. I reached out to Ben. I mean, it just I owe everything to Ben when it comes to hot dogging. I had no clue what I was doing. I just know that I saw an opportunity at the bar. I was working at the bar. I was helping the general manager there is a friend of mine. She needed somebody to work security, so I was helping her out. And while I was there, it just kind of hit me that I noticed a lot of people were leaving because the bar doesn't serve food. they were leaving to go find food elsewhere. So I just noticed, I recognized the opportunity. I had no clue. I seen hot dog carts. I'd never been in the food industry before. I've seen hot dog carts downtown before, and I started researching how to get into it and what it would take to get into it, and then it just kind of blew up from there. Um, so, I mean, as far as I wish somebody would have told me. I did a lot of research. And I like to keep things simple. So, um, well, I guess that's a big thing. That's something there. Keep it simple. I did keep it simple, but I think that's kind of the biggest thing with a lot of people right now that reach out to me is they want to start out with this big professional setup, and they want to have tents, and they want to have signage, and they want to have 15 different items on the menu with 70 different toppings. Um, you don't have to start out that way. That's kind of the biggest thing. You don't have to start out that way. I to this day I just sell hot dogs, chili, cheese. I mean, obviously chips and drinks, but that's it. That's all I sell. So you don't have to have all this big fancy stuff to get into it, and that's what I think the biggest misconception is. A lot of people, when they get started, they want to get started, but they think that they have to have all this big fancy stuff, and you don't. So I think that's the biggest thing that me personally, what I would tell somebody before they get started. So, how do you start off when you first started selling hot dogs? I actually did a video about that, Marcos. How I started, how I got into the hot dogs. Like I said, I was working at a bar. I was helping a friend out, working security at a bar. I noticed a lot of people were leaving the bar to go find food. And I asked her thoughts if we were to park a hot dog cart out front, and she said that would be a great idea. So I started doing research. I reached out to the city. The city pointed me in the direction of the company that owns the rights to vend in that district where the bar is. So I reached out to the company, said, "Hey, I want to vend at this bar. I know you guys have this area and you don't use it. Do you have an extra cart that you might be willing to lease me?" And they said, "Yeah, sure. We don't use carts at night. We just use them for events during the day. So if you wanted to lease a cart, we'll lease you a cart for $50 a night." And so that's how I got into it. I leased a cart, went to Sam's Club, bought some hot dogs. Now I use GFS dogs, but when I first started out, I just bought regular old ballparks. I think it was just regular packaged ballparks that you can buy. I just went to Sam's Club, bought some stuff, went out for the first weekend, and turned $200 into $1,000, and I was like, hell yeah! So I just kept doing it. I enjoyed it. Yo, Sam Fisher. All right, where we at? Fear is a great liar. Joe, thank you, brother. There is a reason people follow you, not that you have a face for radio. I do have a face for radio. Let's talk cart schematics. Sam's cart schematics. What do you want to talk about? Marcos, call me. Marcos, shoot me an email. HotDoggingWithDan@gmail.com. Good man helping you with more than paper value. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Clyde's a huge help, man. He is a huge help. He's a huge asset for me in my laundromat. Was testing steaming hot dogs and buns on the stove. The buns tend to get slightly wet and sticky. Yeah, they can get that way. I don't steam, so I just give them a hot dog, give them a bun. Let's see here. What else we got? Recommend boiling the dogs, then putting them into a steam top, or just leaving them permanently in water. Look, boil your dogs. I just leave them in the boiler. I don't steam anything. As a matter of fact, I bought a flip top steam pan. This isn't it, but an actual steam pan with the flip top on it. But I don't foresee myself ever using it. I might try to steam my buns once or twice, but I don't foresee myself ever using it just because I'm not used to steaming. It's not what I do, and people love my dogs the way they are. So I just boil them, leave them in there, and I know if you watch Ben says if you Ben and a couple of other people have said that if you were to if you get to a point once you get down to a certain number of dogs and you're boiling, to move those dogs over to the steam pan and then go ahead and start boiling more dogs. If you're in a fast-paced environment, that's a smart thing to do. Plan ahead, prepare. If you've got 10, 15 dogs left, move them over to your steam pan, throw more dogs in, get them boiling, get them ready to go. So by the time you're sold out of your last 15 dogs, you've got more dogs ready, already boiled. That's really the only time I would suggest, boiling or using a steam pan. But even I don't even do that. I just throw the frozen dogs in with I'll wait until I get down to like 3 or 4 dogs, and then I'll throw more frozen dogs in to boil. It doesn't hurt to do it that way either. Love those top pans. They're the best. I only like them. Love that kind. Easy to flip and close. Exactly, Dawn Marie. I love these flip top pans, man. And the beauty of it is I can flip them with my tongs. I just use the tongs to flip them open and close. So I'd never come in contact. If you watch any of my videos, I never actually come in contact when I'm serving a hot dog. I never come in contact with the food ever. I don't touch the food. I use aluminum foil to pick the bun up. I use the tongs to separate the bun. I use the tongs to flip the tops on the cart. I never come in contact with the cart or the food. And these flip top pans make that so easy. Do I need a sidekick? Breakdance and attract customers. Nah, I need COVID to end so I can get back out there and start hot dogging again in front of the bar. That's what I need. Cash cow cart, Joe. I'm a fan of the cash cow. I was actually, before I found my cart, I was actually ready to pull the trigger on a cash cow. That's the smaller version of the big dog, for those of you that don't know. Second most difficult decision of my life and put in my 2 weeks notice. Uh-oh. There you go, Sam. See, I didn't have a choice. I kind of got laid off. I got laid off. My job laid me off. They said, screw you, we don't need you, but we're going to pay you for the next 6 months. So I took that time and decided to start my own businesses with it, and it's worked out great. I'll never go back to working for somebody else if I don't have to. How is your evening, Dan the Man? Crestwood rocks. Doing great. Happy for you, brother. Thanks, Marcos. Vendors United, Joe. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of. I like Vendors United. I haven't been in it in a while. I actually withdrew at the beginning of this year. I canceled my membership to Vendors United solely for my own reasons. Obviously, not hot dogging and kind of getting the financial crunch, feeling the financial crunch of not hot dogging. I had to withdraw from Vendors United earlier this year, but. Once I get back into hot dogging and the hot dogging income pays for my membership fees for Vendors United, I do plan on getting back into it. It's a huge resource, definitely a huge asset to have. Hot Dogs Saved My Life. Yeah, Ben Wilson's book. If you haven't read it, go buy it, go read it. Hot Dogs Saved My Life. What's my condiments? Marcos, good question. My condiments. So if you watch my videos, you'll see me serving. I've got 3 pans on my cart. One pan has buns, one pan has hot dogs, and the middle pan has chili and cheese. I keep chili and cheese on the cart. that I sell, I actually charge extra for the chili and cheese. It's 50 cents extra for chili and cheese each. So if you get both, it's $1. It's an extra dollar. Um, so I keep all that in front of me. If you watch, if you look, there's a table next to my hot dog cart, and that table has condiments on the opposite end of it. Um, the opposite end of where I'm at, where I stand. That table has ketchup, relish, mustard, mayonnaise. What else? Ketchup, mustard, relish, mayonnaise, and I feel like I'm missing one. Um, ketchup, mustard, relish, mayonnaise in the squirt bottles, and then I've got a condiment, kind of a condiment tray thing that I have diced onions, shredded cheese, banana peppers, and jalapenos. That's it. That's all of my condiments. Keep it simple. That's all I do. I just keep it simple. And everything out on the table is free. I don't charge extra for that stuff, obviously. What else we got? What will be your next business venture, if any? So I actually have. Oh boy, I've got six. Yeah, I've got 6 claw machines sitting in a storage unit right now that I'm trying to find a place to put to make money. I've looked at a couple of kind of flea market type deals, just renting a space in a flea market and throwing them all in there. The problem with that is there's just not enough. People just aren't going out. They're not going out shopping. They're not going out to visit to these physical places. So there just wasn't enough traffic for me to justify me paying rent, paying a lease on a space at a flea market or a mall to put these machines. I don't feel like there would have been enough income to pay it. So I'm currently working on trying to find some spots to put those. I've considered just bringing them all to the laundromat and putting them in the laundromat because the one that I did put in the laundromat does fantastic. I'd probably make a good solid anywhere from $80 to $100 a week just on that thing. So I thought about just bringing all of them into the laundromat since that seems to be a popular thing to do. But at the same time, I don't want to turn my laundromat into an arcade and then you get the wrong crowd, the younger crowd hanging out in there. So I'm kind of hesitant to do that. I just don't want to get the wrong crowd in the laundromat and chase away my actual laundry customers. So we'll see. We'll go out. We'll figure that one out as soon as I find a place to put them. I'm definitely going to. I'm definitely going to do a video on it. That's kind of why I bought them because I wanted to do a video on it and just try it out and see how it worked. The claw machines are a popular thing right now, a hugely popular thing. So as soon as I figure out a place to put them, I'm definitely going to do a video on those and kind of add that venture into my YouTube journey. I really appreciate you answering a few of my questions. Help out the new guys trying something new. Already subbed. Hey, I appreciate it, Pine Zeppels. Yeah, I'm always here, man. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment on any of my videos, and I'll do my best to answer them. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm definitely not an expert. I just kind of, to be honest, with the laundromat and the hot dogging and pretty much everything I do, I just kind of stumble into it and fumble my way through it. So I know I'm not an expert on anything, so but I try to. I'll help you out any way I can if you have any questions. In a bind with cash cow, because out here in Tucson, Arizona, they require 18-inch dust guard on 3 sides and 10-gallon fresh water and water's percentage. Talk to Ben, Sam. Reach out to Ben. He can make anything you need. I can tell you, I don't know what the exact specs as far as water goes for the cash cow cart, but I can't imagine that's going to be different. Because I think all states have that same requirement when it comes to water, so I can't imagine he would make it different between different carts. I'm sure all the carts have the same water storage. But as far as the desk guard goes, reach out to Ben, dude. He can make it, man. He can make it for you. You can do that. He does all that stuff custom. Um, Send customers over to the side and let them know they got condiments over there. What type of condiments do you use? Keep it simple with the chili and cheese, ketchup, mustard. Yeah, Marcos, I think I just covered that, but I might be running behind on the questions here. But yeah, I just have chili and cheese in the cart. And the only reason I have that in the cart is because people pay for it, so I can charge them. Um, but other than that, all the condiments I've got, like I said, ketchup, mustard, relish, mayonnaise in the squirt bottles. And then I have um, shredded cheese, diced onions, banana peppers, and jalapenos in a condiment tray. And that's all free. So I just send them. And the whole purpose of my setup, actually, if you look at my setup, I designed my hot dog cart setup specifically for the purpose of moving traffic along, right? So when people come up to me, they get a hot dog. I give them their hot dog. They pay me, and then they naturally have to move away from me to go put condiments on their hot dog. That's why I put the condiments at the opposite end of the table, so they naturally have to move away from me. So the next person to make room for the next person to come up, I can make their hot dog, and it just turns into a casual flow. So that's something to think about also when you're setting up your cart. Put your condiments away from the cart as far as possible, away from you as far as possible, to make room for the next person to come up and place their order. Um, that's also what I love about the big dog cart. I don't know if you guys see a big dog cart. The big dog cart actually has that tray on the front, or that shelf on the front of the big dog cart that's opposite where I stand. So it's on the front. Well, I guess it would be the back of the big dog cart. There's that shelf, and it's got built-in condiment, built-in condiment tray. So you can auto. It's already built to put. I don't even have to have the table. I can just put the condiments on the opposite end in the cart, and the customer, it serves the same purpose. It moves the customers away from me, brings them around the opposite end of the cart to put condiments on. That way, I can help the next customer. Big dog, big coin. Endless what I see do with a big mobile kitchen. Yeah, yeah, you can do anything with those things, man. With a hot dog cart, with a mobile kitchen, you can do anything with them. Um, Nice that you like to do hot dogs. I bet you also plan to expand your coin laundry as well. Yeah, Crestwood rocks. I love to do hot dogs. I love serving hot dogs. I'm not even a big cooker. I don't even cook for myself. And as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to get on Uber Eats before everything closes. I don't even cook for myself usually, just because I can't. I don't see the justification in cooking a big meal and then I'm the only one eating it, and then there's leftovers, and I don't really like eating leftovers. So 9 times out of 10, if I cook for myself, most of it's going to end up going to waste. So I don't really cook for myself, really. But I do, however, cook hot dogs. I love hot dogs. I love eating hot dogs. They taste good. They're simple. Um, and they've got great profit margins. I'm trying to. Everything closes here because of COVID restrictions. All the food and everything, food restaurants and everything close here. Like in the next 20 minutes. So I'm trying to order food here. Um, let's see. Do Coke onions, Joe? Oh boy, do I have a story on the Coke onions. So I saw, as you guys, if you guys ever saw Ben's Coke onions videos, he actually shows you how to make the Coke onions. Leave it to me to completely screw it up. I actually went out and bought it's kind of a miniature cast iron pan, right? It's not like the full size. I think it's only like maybe a 6 or 8 inch, maybe even a 10 inch. It's just a really small cast iron pan that would fit, because in my mind at the time, I wanted a big dog cart, so I was going to buy a big dog cart with the grill on the side, And I wanted to be able to get a pan that would fit on that grill and still leave room for some other things if I wanted to. So I went out and bought this cast iron pan and bought all the stuff to do the coke onions. And I have no clue what I did wrong, but it was horrible. I didn't cook it on the hot dog cart, obviously. I just cooked them here in my kitchen. Tried cooking them here in my kitchen. And it was, whoa, boy, it was bad. It was horrible. I do want to get it perfected though. I want to do the coke onions, and I want to add kraut. I want to add kraut to my cart as well. So that is something that I do want to try to do, and eventually when I get it all figured out, now that I actually have room on my cart, now that I've bought the big dog cart and I have more room, more pans that I can work with. I think I'm going to make a more of a concentrated effort to make that happen. Let me see here. Bear with me just 1 second, guys. No. And a woolly dog hot dog cart. Is that the one that looks like a hot dog? Oh, the Willy dog. I got you. The Willy dog. It looks like a hot dog. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually in the shape of a hot dog. Randy, Stadium Mustard. No, I just use French's mustard, Heinz ketchup, Heinz relish, and Oscar Mayer mayonnaise. Still use the table because of COVID. Well, as of right now, I'm not. As of right now, I'm not. I'm not hot dogging. I'm not hot dogging at all because of COVID. I can't hot dog at all because, well, I mean, I can, but I'll lose money. So I'm not hot dogging at all because of COVID right now. When I get back to it, hopefully this will all be over. As far as tomorrow, well, not tomorrow. Boy, I just made a promise I can't keep. I'm not going to be hot dogging tomorrow. As far as the Steak and Shake location, when I do get out there, or when I find another location for my cart, I'll probably take the table just in case, because I haven't really figured out how I'm going to set that all up. But I don't really want to use it. I don't really see a need to use it now that I have the big dog cart. It's got the condiment shelf on the back of it, and I also have some chip clips to hang from the umbrella. So it doesn't really. I'm hoping I won't have to, like. That's one less thing I'll have to tote around if I can figure out a way to get rid of that table. The honey buns are definitely the best choice for the hot dogs. Have you ever been to New Jersey? I love the honey buns. That's my secret sauce. That's my secret sauce, Dawn Marie. You're telling everybody my secret sauce. I love the honey buns. The honey flavored buns. That's all I try to sell. It just the way I cook my hot dogs, the way that, like, the seasoning that I use, the broth that I use, the way I cook my hot dogs, it just with the honey buns, it's just I might just go to the store, go to Walmart and make me some tonight. But the honey buns are phenomenal. Never been to Jersey though. I've been to New York, never to Jersey. I think I drove through Jersey to get to New York. Don't you have to drive through Jersey to get to the Holland Tunnel? I don't know. All carts can make coin. True story, Joe. Marcos, thank you for the information. Anytime, buddy, anytime. Rico's nacho cheese. I use Sam's Club Members Mark nacho cheese, the cheap stuff, and it tastes phenomenal. Ben's cart comes with 5-gallon fresh water. Don't really see where you can squeeze a 10-gallon jug in that bread box. I don't know, man. You never know. Ben's a crafty mofo. Ben is a crafty dude. He would probably just add two. He would probably just add two. Add a second 5 gallon water car or 5 gallon jug. Figure out a way to add a 5 gallon jug. Who knows? He's a crafty dude, man. Reach out to him. Yes, in my state, the health department requires 10 gallon fresh, 11.5 gallon waste. Ben can easily modify to meet your needs. Exactly. Yeah. The way stuff is going, that extended end where condiments go is useless. The cash cow has the double boiler end. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited about the extended shelf, man. I mean, either way, you're going to have to be able to serve condiments, and I think that extended shelf is going to be a huge, huge help for me, at least in my business. Um, Sonoran dog. What's in a Sonoran dog, Sam? Never heard of that. Keep the money coming. Nobody can leave the line. Yep. Three 18-inch dust guards is atrocious. Yeah, well, got to do what you got to do, buddy. Made some with Dr. Pepper. Ended up tasting like wet cardboard. Coke onions. Tried to make. Is it the agri? Yeah, I think I asked you about that agri or ogre. The agri. I made some Coke onions with Dr. Pepper, and it ended up tasting like wet cardboard. Thanks for the warning. I definitely won't try Dr. Pepper then. Kraut is winner. Joe. Yes, Kraut. I want to get some. I really do. I can't. I'm so limited on the cart that I lease, man. Like if you look at if you watch my videos where I'm out dogging, I'm so limited. Like I've only got literally 3 pans, and it's a custom cart, so it's like it's not even. It's less than the cart that I lease is less than a full. It's less actually smaller than a full steam table. And the dimensions of the pans are custom. Those pans were custom made for that cart. And all I've got is those 3 pans. Like I'm so limited. I don't have. There's. It's horrible, horrible, man. I'm so limited with what I can do. But now that I got the big dog cart, I'm pretty excited because now I can add kraut and I can add, all the other Coke onions and all the other good stuff that people want to put on their hot dogs. I can even add bratwurst and Polish sausage. So I'm pretty excited about it. The carts I see around here basically ugly, and on an actual trailer you would have to stand on. True, Sam. Very true. Very true. Look, people don't buy a hot dog from you because your cart is pretty. They buy a hot dog from you because they're hungry and you have a hot dog. So don't worry so much about making the cart keeping the cart pretty. I mean, obviously keep it clean, but if you gotta have an 18 inch. If you have to have an 18-inch sneeze guard, put it on there. Do what you got to do to make that money, bud. Hot dogs that you make, does that include coney chili kraut dogs by any chance? Crestwood rocks. I don't sell kraut. I sell chili and cheese. Chili and nacho cheese are an extra 50 cents each. If you want to add those. So my pricing is $3.50 for a regular dog, $4.50 for a jumbo dog, which is a quarter pounder dog. And then if you want chili and cheese, it's an extra 50 cents each. What's happening, Kelly? What's going on, brother? Google Sonoran dogs. Extra headaches. I'll have to look into that. State required 4 sinks on a cart. Yes, our state. So yes and no. Our state requires it, but I see so many carts out there with permits. They've got their permits and they only have like 2 carts. I think it just depends on the person that inspects your cart, or at least here anyway. But technically, you're supposed to have 4. You're supposed to have 4 sinks. GFS dogs 2. James Bobbitt. I use GFS dogs 2, 5-1 and 4-1 smoked sausages. I haven't tried their smoked sausages. I'm gonna have to try that. My biggest thing, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't even know how to cook a smoked sausage on a hot dog cart. Can you just dump them in? Can you just boil them like you do a hot dog? I don't know. Like I've always heard you have to grill them first. You have to grill them first and then boil them. I don't know. I don't even know how to cook a sausage on a hot dog cart. I mean, obviously I can grill a sausage. I can fry a sausage, but can you just boil a sausage? I've never boiled a sausage. I guess you can. Do they have to? They have to be pre-cooked though, right? Do you vend during the winter, Natasha? Not typically. I don't. I didn't last year. This year I'm gonna have to because I didn't vend at all because of COVID this year. So I took a huge, massive, monumental pay cut. This was supposed to be the first. Yeah, pre-cooked. Okay. So specifically, I have to buy pre-cooked sausages, and then I can just boil them like a hot dog. Um, I do have a grill on the new cart. I'll probably grill a couple just to get the scents flowing, but I'd rather boil. Anyway, back to the winter thing. So this year was supposed to be and I don't really like sharing my personal financial information, but since my goal didn't happen this year, I feel comfortable in sharing with you guys how much money I did not make this year. So this year was supposed to be my first six-figure year personally ever, based on what I did last year and the trend. Obviously you track financial trends. This year was supposed to be my first six-figure year, and I ended up making less than what I made when I was in high school, just because of COVID. COVID killed that much of my business. It was horrible. So yeah, normally I don't work through the winter. I don't work during the winter, but this year COVID kind of gives me no choice, just because everything's being shut down. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to set up through the winter. Kind of work something out with that. Kelly, oh, right above Kelly, Randy. What all laundromat owners do you follow on YouTube? Laundromat owners. I'm a fan of Danny D'Angelo, obviously, in case you missed that boat. I'm a huge fan of Following Keenan. Following Keenan is, like, honestly, let me tell you, Following Keenan has these stores that I would absolutely love to have. Like, if I could make my store mimic Following Keenan stores, I'd be in heaven. The dude has it down to a science as far as the making his stores, just bulletproof, just tanks. He's got the metal walls. He's got metal frame, steel frame in the walls. He's got, like, it's so simple. Everything down to the airflow in his dryers is just mind blowing. The way this dude has his store set up is like the perfect laundromat. The only thing that I would change about Keenan, and I've told him this several times, the only thing I would change about Keenan stores is I would open them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, put in the Alexa intercom system, the Ring camera system, and run it from home. That's the only thing like, Keenan stores are phenomenal. Following Keenan. Following Keenan, Danny D'Angelo. Really, that's about it. I mean, I've watched There I Fixed It. I've watched Michael, I can't pronounce his last name. Starts with a G. But I don't really go seek out their information. I don't really go seek out their channel. If something comes across in my timeline, I'll watch them. It's good information, I guess. It's good information, but I don't know. To be honest, I don't really seek out laundromat information on YouTube anymore, because more or less, like, when you get into and the only reason I follow, like, The only reason I following Keenan is because I love the way his stores are set up, and eventually I want my stores to look like his stores. But aside from that, I don't really um, follow a lot of laundromat people. I don't know. I never really thought about that. I just I don't know. The information on like the people, most of the people who are on YouTube that talk about and like as far as laundromats go, I don't share their mentality, and so not sharing their mentality, it doesn't interest me because I don't agree with like it just they're the not that I don't not even necessarily that I don't agree with them. I just don't share their mentality. Birds of a feather. You know the saying, and so that's just kind of how that goes. Let me let's see what else we got here. Whoa, I don't know what just happened there. My comments went all screwy on me. Honey buns, 10-gallon, chili, pre-cooked, grill on the new cart. James Bobbitt got a big dog cart too. 17-inch Blackstone. New to vending, we're in the same city. Been watching you. You inspire me. Natasha, new to vending. Do you vend? Are you vending? Where do you vend? Oh, I see Kelly already beat me to it. Where do you vend? Did he ask you that? Where you set up? How was your turnout? Kelly, I'm supposed to be doing the well, I guess you guys are supposed to be doing the questions, but you're supposed to be asking me questions. um, yeah, Natasha, where you at? Where do you set up? Let's talk about it. Getting rid of the claw. Kelly, no, I've still got the claw machines. As a matter of fact, somebody just hit me up wanting to buy one. In a parking lot of an old grocery store located near where I grew up. Great social media helped me promote. Natasha, parking lot of an old grocery store located where you. Is it on the east side? I think I've seen you. It's kind of like right in an intersection or where a street kind of tees off at the parking lot there on the east side, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's awesome. Keep doing it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. 38th and Post. Where do I know? Is that where I was? Where was I? Yeah, it's East Side. I think that is. I'm pretty sure that is where I saw. I think I saw you out there. I've driven by you a few times. I'm on the northeast side. I hot dog downtown, obviously, as I'm sure you know, but I'm on the northeast side. Wondering if you set up your cart in front of youth. Can you clarify, Stanley? I'm not sure what exactly you're asking. Let's see. All right. What's happening, Dana? We have the same commissary. Oh, you work. So, okay, I got you. So you see my cart then. You know what? You know the cart that I'm working with. Look at you, Natasha. Are you still working? They said that they were going to shut down for the winter. That's awesome, Natasha. I'm glad you pointed that out. Have you seen me? Boy, it's a small world. Get on your phone and Google L what? I know, right? Natasha, you just stay away from the wild beaver now. That's my spot. Oh, Stanley, wondering if I set up the cart in front of my laundromat. No, I don't. So I've answered this question like a million times today, but I don't mind. Um, I don't set up in front of the laundromat specifically because um, there's a convenience store at the opposite end of my laundromat in the same strip, and inside of that convenience store, there's a cafe that's fairly popular within the neighborhood. And so I choose not to set up my hot dog cart because I don't want to compete with them. I signed a 15-year lease on my laundromat, and the last thing I want to do is make somebody mad, make one of my neighbors mad, and then I'm stuck for 15 years dealing with an angry neighbor. So I purposely choose not to purposely choose. I'm trying to avoid setting my setting the hot dog cart up at the laundromat. Natasha trying to kill Dan's business. Don't you do it, Natasha. Don't you do it. You stay away from the wild beaver. You heard they were moving into town. Oh, they're moving? Downtown is off limits for me. I know the rules. All right. That's what I like to hear. Google El Guero Canolas in Tucson. I don't know what that means, but I'll Google it. I will Google it. I have no idea what that means, but I will Google it. What's your update on the vacant lot? Dana, update on the vacant lot. The Steak and Shake. Oh man, I don't. I think I didn't order my food fast enough. Now everything's closed again. Bear with me, people. Sorry. Um, the vacant lot, the Steak and Shake. So the Steak and Shake, I look in the video. I said if I got 75 likes on the video, I would go out there, regardless of what people say in the comments. I will go out there and I'll set up the cart at the Steak and Shake if I got 75 likes. I got 75 likes. I got more than 75 likes. So I have to go out there at least one day. Um, Probably in the next couple of weeks. Probably not next week because next week is Christmas. So I'm taking the week of Christmas off, even though I've had all year off. Um, but I do have to go out there because I promised you guys if I got 75 likes, I would go out there and set up. So I will go out there and set up at least one day. I don't know when it's going to be, and I probably won't tell you guys when it's going to be because there's a lot of haters on YouTube. And excuse me, if I tell you guys when it's going to be, one of those haters are probably going to call the health department and be like, yo, or call the city and be like, yo, this dude is parked on private property without permission. So I'm not going to tell you guys when it's going to be, but I do have to do it. So I'm at least going to do it for one day, and I'll make a video out of it. Probably make a couple videos out of it. El Guido Canilos. El Guido Canilos. Canilos. Sam, I copied and pasted it. I've got it on a notepad here on my computer. So as soon as I get off the live, I will do the Google search for El Guido Canilos. Did you go out today? Vacant lot across the street from the Shell gas station. No, I did not go out there today. Put a grill on your cart, and how did you do it? I didn't put a grill on the cart. It's a big dog cart that came with a grill on it. So if you ever go to HotDogCartStore.com, I think he actually didn't he change his. I think he might have even changed his website. I don't know, but just Google Hot Dog Cart Store, big dog cart, and you'll see that getting a grill put on your cart is an option. And so it came that way. The grill came on the cart. Basically, he did a how-to on how he does it from when he makes them. Um, Basically, it's just if you go to like Lowe's or something, you can buy shelf hangers. It's like a L shaped, so it's like a L shaped shelf hanger, and then it's got two screw holes, and you put the board on top. That's the exact. That's all it is. You just bolt two of those into the side of the cart, and then you bolt the grill down onto those shelf hangers. It's pretty simple stuff. But get on hotdogcartstore.com or hot dog cart store's YouTube channel. You can get on YouTube and just look for directions on how to put a grill on a hot dog cart, and his video will come up. Dun, 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 dun. James Bobbitt did a steak and shake lot 2. How did it work out for you? Was it closed? I'm assuming it was closed. I doubt they would be okay with you selling hot dogs while they're trying to sell steaks and shakes. So how'd it work out for you? Did it go well? Did you make good money? DM me when you're gonna set up over there, and if I'm free, I'll swing by and grab a dog. Sounds good, Kelly. I will let you know, buddy. Tips for staying warm in the winter. Don't work. Kidding. Totally kidding. But not really. So staying warm in the winter. Get a heater. You can get I got for like 20 or $30. You can get a it's like a big little silver heater attachment that you just hook directly onto a propane tank. You can get a couple of those. You can get a tent, a tent with walls for a couple $100 to block out the wind. Dress in several layers of thick clothing, and huddle up next to the steam pan on your cart. It's really hard to stay warm in the winter with a hot dog cart when you're hot dogging. It's really hard, but there's ways. There's ways that cost money, but yeah, the wind sucks. That's why I said if you can get a tent with 4 walls on it, you're on the right track. Thread right onto one of the propane tanks. Yeah, Kelly, that's you got it. That's kind of what I'm talking about. I've got one of those, and you can actually see it in my $10 hot dog video. In the opening to that video, you can see one of the girls that was behind me said something, brought it to attention. So, Natasha, go check out my $10 hot dog cart or my $10 hot dog video, and you'll see one of the heaters that I'm talking about. It just connects directly to a propane tank. Just threads right onto a propane tank. They're cheap. They're only like $30 or $40 maybe. So you can get a couple of those and do really good for the winter. They ran you off after 2 months. Did you make good money, James, at the Steak and Shake? I need a toilet, so my locations will be limited. You have to have a toilet, Sam? That doesn't sound right, dude. Where do you live? Communist China? You got it, Natasha. Anytime. And my email, Natasha, my email is hotdoggingwithdan@gmail.com. So if you have any questions or you want to just brainstorm or whatever, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Obviously, you know the area, and I know the area, so we can kind of swap stories, I guess. James Bobbitt didn't make any money, huh? No money at the Steak and Shake. Need foot traffic. See, that's my concern. Obviously, a hot dog cart is designed around catching foot traffic. Like, it's designed to go into small places where foot traffic is most common. So, yeah, that's my biggest concern. I set up there, I'm not gonna make any money. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll make some videos and at least be able to set up my hot dog cart and get a good feel for the new big dog since I haven't used it yet. Sam Fisher, nature calls often. Well, that's everywhere, but we don't have Kim Jong-un telling us that we have to have a toilet on our hot dog cart. Look for Gerber Ultra Flush Toilet. Gerber Ultra Flush Toilet. Composting toilet would work too. That's just weird, man. The whole fact that we're talking about toilets with hot dog carts is just weird. Where do you live, Sam? On a serious note, that's just weird. It's a vacant lot nearby at a very busy intersection. Has enter and exit. I'm thinking of getting one of those patio heaters that has a dome over top. Dude, Dana, don't do those. Those things suck. Absolutely suck. Unless you're in an enclosed area. Like if you have a tent with 3 or 4 walls. With 4 walls, I would prefer 4 walls. Unless you have a tent to hold the heat in, those heaters suck. The heaters with the dome over the top, and then it's a big heater, like a patio heater. Yeah, those things suck unless you have an enclosed space. They'll heat up an enclosed space, but if you're out in the open, like most hot doggers are, you need something that directs the heat at you, because on those dome patio heaters, the wind comes through. That wind that's making you freeze is going to come right through and freeze the heat from that patio heater, and it's going to carry it right on down the road. You ain't going to feel a single bit of heat from that thing. Guarantee it. We had them when I used to work at a bar downtown called Social. Social is on a kind of a side street, but it's kind of on a one-way street that's one lane. It's a one-lane street that's in between 2 big buildings, so it's a wind tunnel there. And they put a couple of heaters out there in the winter, a couple of those heaters out there in the winter, and they were useless. It was useless. Unless you're in an enclosed space, those patio heaters are useless. Yeah, saved you definitely. Get something that's direct heat, like it directs the heat into a specific area or a specific direction, because then you can point it at you. Back at Lowe's, make twice as much. James, it's good to hear, man. Do you have to pay for it? Are you paying for the Lowe's location? Do they still have to? They still go through that third-party company? Popular in Arizona and the Southwest. When I finally get into it, probably do those also. Tucson has some really good Sonoran hot dog place. David Jumpstrom. David and Sam, you guys and your Sonoran hot dogs, man. So let it be known right now. Here I am. I'm telling everybody right now. Go Google Sonoran hot dogs. If you're a hot dog vendor, you need to add it, because we can't have Arizona and the Southwest and Nevada taking over the hot dog scene with their specialty hot dog crap. Google Sonoran hot dogs and then add it to your menu. Just trying to be helpful, solve some guest problems. Crestwood Rocks. What are you talking about? Did I miss something? What did I miss? Composting toilet. Oh. Yeah, no, you're good, man. Crestwood, you're good. Sam just has weird problems, man. Sam Fisher just has weird government problems. I still have no clue what a damn Sonoran hot dog is. Same, Kelly. Google it. Gout, diverticulitis, sleep deprivation, family time loss about settles my decision to retire from EMS. True story. Make it happen. Trying vegan hot dogs, plant-based hot dog. Marcos, let's talk about vegan hot dogs. I tried it one time. I bought one package of vegan hot dogs to serve in front of the bar. One package. And like in a package, you get like 8 or 6 or something like that. Because it's not a common thing. So I just wanted to try it, see if I could sell them. So I think it had 8 in it. The package I bought had like 8 in it. So I bought a package of vegan hot dogs, went out to the bar, cooked them, cooked all 8 of them, boiled them. And at the end of the night, I threw away 8 vegan hot dogs because I couldn't even give them away. That's not. I mean, it's a special thing. It's a specialty thing. Snoring hot dogs, bacon wrapped. Man, bacon wrapped hot dog. There's a dude here. I give props where props are due. And there's a guy here named Garcia. You can Google him. Garcia's Hot Dogs in Indianapolis. This dude is the hot dog vendor of all hot dog vendors. Natasha, request for vegan hot dogs. Yeah, I rarely like I've had one person ask me about it. They of course they came back like 4 times, but that's like still that's just not enough. But anywho, yeah. So Garcia's Hot Dogs, Indianapolis. Google it. This dude makes some monster hot dogs and bratwurst and sausage. Anything you want, this dude makes it on a cart and he sells it at the same spot every day. Kelly, you've heard of Garcia. Natasha knows Garcia. Look, this dude is an Indianapolis Indianapolis legend. He came here from California. He started in California, somehow ended up here, and the dude makes he's popular all over the city. People know if they want a good hot dog, they go to Garcia. But he parks his in the parking lot of a Family Dollar on the east side of downtown, and he does bacon wrapped. He's got all kinds. Dude's got all kinds of dogs. But I highly recommend it if you're ever in Indianapolis. At least Google it. Get on his Facebook page, Garcia's Hot Dogs, Indianapolis. Yeah, Natasha, dude, he's got it going on. He's been there for years. Try it. Buy like one pack. A customer brought it to my attention. Yeah, Marcos, just do one pack and see how it does. I don't foresee you doing anything. You're probably going to throw away the same amount that you bought. La, 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 la. James and your dog. One guy wants a Chicago dog. I don't do Chicago dogs either. I don't have the toppings for it. Honestly, Chicago dogs are such a specialty dog that it's like, and the stuff to do it right, it's so expensive. It's really not even worth it for me to do it. So I don't even offer Chicago dogs. Um, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna order me some food here real quick. We're gonna do this on Uber. We're gonna do I want to order me some food here, and then I will keep talking. We're gonna keep this live going until my food gets here. I do coney dogs too, Natasha. Like really, I wouldn't even really call it a coney dog. It's just a chili dog. I just get the Hormel. What kind of chili do you use, Hormel, Natasha? I'm curious. Hormel, no beans. Hormel, no beans. Um, hey, Cody Jensen. Live in a small town. Wonder if the population could sustain a hot dog cart. I'm entrepreneurial minded, but I don't know when to hang tight or jump in head first, all in. Dude, you're asking the wrong person on that because I'm a jump in. I don't dip my toes, man. I don't dip my toes. I don't test the water. I just jump straight to crap in. I don't. Just do it, man. If it's something you want to do, I don't know. I think I remember. Did I read it? Was it one of your comments said you said you wore or you lived in a town of like maybe 5,000? Um, I'm pretty sure it was one of your comments said you lived in a town of like 5,000. That's 5,000 hot dogs, bro. Jump up in there and sell some 5,000 sell 5,000 hot dogs. You got this. Find a spot where all 5,000 of those people hang out. Set up a hot dog cart and then sell some wieners. Um, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-da-dum-dum. Uber Eats, man. I'll tell you what, Uber Eats is a jip. They charge you almost as much as your food just to bring you the food. Let's see. Coney, slaw, and green chili. Green chili. What's green chili? I've never heard of that. Gary Smith, fill me in. Fill me in. You got some new hot trend going on there that I don't know about? Fill me in here. All right, I just ordered my dinner. 10:46. I just ordered my dinner. Let's see how long it takes to get here. Uber Eats. This you're live. Uber Eats. You are live on YouTube. You're being tested. Um, Chicago dog is a Wrigley Field, no doubt about it. Kelly. You got it right, buddy. Can't nobody duplicate a Wrigley Field Chicago dog. Hashtag Go Cubs. Natasha, the ad doesn't work unless it's written properly. I don't know what that means. I think you guys are talking amongst yourself on that one. Make my own coney sauce. Oh, you make your own coney sauce, Gary. What do you put in it? What's your secret? What's your secret? Show us Sonoran Dog from your phone. Well, I might be able to do you one better. Hang on just a second. My computer doesn't like to do multiple things at once, so it might freeze, and I hope it doesn't. But it might. Let me come over here. And we will do this. Oh, crap. I need that. Sonoran Dog. You want me to show you a Sonoran Dog? Let's show you a Sonoran Dog. Bear with me, guys. I'm pulling up Sonoran Dog to make old Sam Fisher happy. Let's see, Sonoran Dog. Let's do. No, is it this one? No, not that one. What one am I looking for? Green chili is a chicken broth base with pork loin and roasted hatch peppers. That sounds very interesting. Dana says, anyone from North Carolina? That's your. Here it is. Here it is, folks. ASL. This is shout out your ASL. Who remembers that? I'm aging myself. ASL, folks. What's your ASL? Green chili when I worked in Pueblo, Colorado. That sounds interesting. It sounds like it'd be pretty good. Green chili, Gary Smith. The buns are key. It looks like a top split bun, man. Like it just looks like a taco, but instead of a flatbread, or instead of a tortilla, it's a bun with a hot dog in it. I mean, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of wish I would have got Mexican food instead of McDonald's, but it's too late because I ordered Uber already. Coney sauce's old family recipe. Population where I live, Cedar Ridge, Colorado, 2,266. 2,266. That's 2,000 hot dogs, bruh. Do you have like a town center somewhere, like a place where a lot of people go to work? I mean, I can't imagine there's, in a town of 2,000, I can't imagine you don't have like a city center or a city county building or some like a town hall or something that you can set up out in front of. New York City, so I know about Coney. Look, you don't know about Coney, Marcos. New York City. New York City is not about that Coney sauce. They're about that. They're about those. What is it? The red onions. What is it? Sabrettes. There you go. That's NYC, bro. New York City's got that Sabrettes on lock. I can't even get Sabrettes here. That's how upset I am. I don't. That's why I don't like New York City because like Sabrettes doesn't. I can't get Sabrettes here. Doing too much work. Yeah, I hear you. Where's the hat? Which hat? Ben P. Ben P in the house. Which hat you talking about? I got like 5 hats. Gary Smith, only 60 miles from who? From me? From me or from Cody Jensen in Colorado? Ben P, looking good, brother. Huge fan. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Keep following. It's about to get wild once I get on that hot dog cart. Once I get that big dog going out there. Buns or rolls that need to be split. Look, Sam, I'm gonna have a serious chat with you, brother. And I'm saying this out of love. Your complete and utter obsession and fascination with the Sonoran dog throughout this entire live, it's got me worried. Me and 15 other people right now are staging an intervention. This is an intervention. Let it go, bro. The Sonoran hot dog is a taco on a bun. Let it go. I love you. I'm telling you this out of love, bro. Gary Smith. Indiana, where you at in Indy? Where you at in Indiana, bruh? I worked at Department of Corrections. My sergeant was a Gary Smith. Coolest sergeant I ever had. I was a correctional officer. Correctional officer for 4 years. My sergeant, his name was Gary Smith. Super cool dude. Randy, thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. You're a good man. Got to go to bed. All right, Randy, have a good one. Anytime you have any questions, you just holler at me. Let me know. I'll answer to the best of my abilities. Sometimes I might give you the wrong answer, but it's an answer nonetheless. Restaurant Depot has it. Kelly Williams. Yeah, but where? Curious about this green chili. Kelly, you and I, buddy. We're on the same. Gary, fill us in on this green chili, buddy. Been watching for about 3 or 4 months, and I've shared your page to all my friends. Much appreciated, Stanley. Yeah. Hey, while you're on here, go ahead and don't forget to like and subscribe. Go like this video, like this live, and subscribe. And then when this live is over, share my channel on your Facebook pages, because I'm on the push to 2,000 right now, folks. This is the push to 2,000. Look, I'm going to show you guys this. I don't normally show people my stuff here, but I'm going to show it to you because you guys are on this live. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it. Hang on. Let me pull up my window here. There it is. Okay, let's see if I can get it to show here. I can't get it to show. I've got 1,786 subscribers. I'm only like less than 20 subscribers away from 1,800, which means I'm less than 300 subscribers away from 2,000. So this is a push to 2,000. Once we get out of here, once this is over, share my channel on all of your Facebook and your Twitters and your MySpace, if you still have one. All your social media. Just share it on all of it, because I'm on the push to 2,000. I'm less than 300 away, and I'm excited about it. Thank you, Stanley, for reminding me to say that, and for also watching my channel and subscribing and sharing my page to all of your friends. I really appreciate it. Park County, not your sergeant. Okay. Good. You had me worried. Buddy. You ever set up at the Covered Bridge Festival? No, but that is a grand idea. See, my family has a tradition with the Covered Bridge Festival. All the women go to it every year. All the females in my family, they all gather up and they get all of their boxed wine and they go out to the Covered Bridge Festival and they camp for a weekend and they love it. And apparently it's a pretty huge deal. So, yeah, I think I'm going to look into that. I think it got canceled this year, though, didn't it? I'm not sure. Facebook at Covered Dogs. There you go, everybody. Go check out Gary Smith on Facebook at Covered Dogs, as in Covered Bridge, Covered Dogs. Since I was a jail officer, please don't have a mystery meat dog. No mystery meat for me, buddy. It's all beef. All beef. All right. We have other products we sell at the. What do you sell, Gary Smith? What do you sell at the Bridge Festival? Laundronuts. What's going on, Solo Asylum? I like that, Laundronuts. So I've been looking for something, because obviously I when I do my intros, I say, hey, hot doggers. So I know you guys are hot doggers, but not everybody's a hot dogger on my channel. Some are laundromat owners. So I've been looking for something new to, I guess, call my followers, call my subscribers. I've been trying to put something together. And Solo Asylum just commented and said, good evening, Laundronuts. And I kind of liked that sound. I like the sound of that. You know, taking two words, putting them together. So maybe Laundry Dogs. Laundry dogs? I don't know. I can I can have that. I like it, laundry nuts. But I mean, I'm hot dogging with Dan, so I have to incorporate hot dogs somewhere in the name. Been a good live. Go to bed 30 minutes ago. All right, Kelly. Appreciate you jumping on, man. Love the support. Apple butter, pear butter, pumpkin butter. Boy, you guys are making me hungry. Set up or not at the steak place, and what town was that in? April. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. That Steak and Shake was in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I have to set up now, whether I want to or not, because in that video I made the statement that if I got 75 likes, I would set up at that Steak and Shake, regardless of whether the comments suggested I should or not. And I got like 70 over. I got over 75 likes, so I have to. Probably sometime in the next few weeks, I'm gonna take a day and I'm gonna take my card out there and we're gonna set up and see what we can do with it. Solo Asylum has a laundry question. Let's hear it, buddy. Chances are I've had some of your stuff. You can get the red onion sauce at Restaurant Depot, Golden Choice, but it's the red onion sauce is it's there's no red onion sauce like Sabret's. They have that on lock, and you can't get it. You can't. It's expensive, and it upsets me every just talking about Sabret's. Just thinking about the name Sabret's just upsets me. Um, Gary Smith asked for forgiveness, not permission. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean sometimes that's the best thing you can do, man. Do you advertise your laundromat with flyers or ads, not Facebook stuff? No, I don't do any print advertising. I did have flyers printed up, but I don't. I've still got them. They're sitting in like from a year ago when I opened the laundromat. They're still sitting in my back room. Um, print ads just aren't really. That's not the way to go anymore. Everything's online now. Digital ads. Honestly, my biggest source of advertising is Google. I created a Google listing for my laundromat, and I created a Google listing for the ATM inside my laundromat. Two separate Google listings. So I get I get so much business off of that Google listing. It's insane. Like people just call me left and right. I get so much traffic to my website because when people looking for a laundromat, they Google laundromat near me. So everybody in that area who Googles laundromat or laundromat near me or laundry, my website or my laundromat comes up, and it's just like Google. That Google listing has been the biggest source for revenue for me, or source for income. Oh, there it is. 11:03. My food is here. Stand by 1 second. 11:03, folks. So what was it? 10:46. So just under 20 minutes to get my food. Not too shabby. That's probably the best that they've done for me. Got one more question. I tend to be a night owl naturally. What are some ideas I could do for work when I feel most awake, besides fighting crime like Batman? I'm not that badass. You could be Robin, help Batman out. Bars, man, nightlife. That's why I love it. I'm a night owl too, so that's why I love working in front of the bar. I love the people at the bar. I love messing with the people at the bars. That's just me. I love it. But aside from that, I don't know. I guess you could hot dog. You could hot dog if you have. I don't know if you have warehouses or factories in your area. You could that have night shifts. You could go hot dog for their night shift at these factories and warehouses, make a little money overnight. Plan to go show support and taste your dogs, but I'm in Washington State. April, yeah, Indianapolis, Indiana. I mean, you can still show support, like, subscribe my channel, and share it on your YouTube or on your Facebook if you have them, your social media, the Twitter and the Face Space and all that other stuff. Sounds like a good idea, of course, Marcos. Dana, if someone pulls up saying, "Why are you set up here?" Just say 75 people wanted me here. I'll tell them I was ordered. I'll just say, I was ordered. I find it funny when drunk girls want your wiener, Gary. Is that what you forgot to type? Yeah, that's it. I love working in front of the bars, Gary. I really do. I'm not like I don't. It takes a lot for me to get like drunk. I don't drink to get drunk. I drink because I genuinely enjoy the taste of my drink of choice, which is Red Stag and Coke. If you've ever had a Red Stag is a whiskey. It's a Jim Beam product, but it's like a black cherry kind of whiskey. And when you mix it with Coke, it actually tastes like cherry Coke. Literally, like I can drink them all night long and never taste the alcohol. So when you mix Red Stag with Coke, I genuinely just enjoy the taste of that drink. So I don't drink to get drunk. I drink because I like it, because I like the taste. And so, but that's my that's my favorite part about working and slinging dogs in front of the bar. It's just the people that dealing with the drunk people, the drunk girls and guys. Just dealing with them. Of course, you get the stupid ones, you get the crazy ones, but that's kind of my favorite part about it, just dealing with the people and interacting with them and just the silliness that goes on with it. Um, Solo Asylum, get hits on Google. Yeah, but definitely build on your Google, bro. If you have an ATM, make a separate Google listing for your ATM too, and that attracts business. That's like having two different forms of advertising out there for your laundromat. Um, it's wonderful. I get like 10, 15, 20,000 hits on my website just because of Google a month. Gary Smith sounds great. I'm assuming you're talking about the Red Stag and Coke, and it is great. Red Stag and Coke. I'm on the Shock Top right now. I've never had Shock Top. I've never really been a big drinker, period. Like even in high school, like I had the biggest parties in high school. I always had the biggest parties at my parents' house. Like my parents had a basement. The house we lived in, we had a basement. It was fully finished. It was like a rec room, pool table. We had a little dance floor down there, TV, poker table, bumper pool table. I mean, it was basically a massive party room. And so when I was in high school, me and my friends would have people over, and it always turned into a big party. Their friends would invite their friends, who would invite their friends, and I mean, I've had hundreds of people at a time in that basement just partying, just a bunch of teenagers partying, and even then, when I was hosting the parties, I would never drink. There was some chick. I was a senior, I was a senior in high school, and there was some chick who was in college. Like she was like a junior in college, and this big group of college girls came over, and one of them wanted me to do a belly shot, and I didn't drink. I wasn't a drinker, so I wouldn't do it. And everybody, to this day, I still get made fun of because I didn't do that belly shot. And she was gorgeous too. But yeah, it was just. I've never been a big drinker. Like I said, what I drink now, I legit drink just because I like the taste of it. If you don't like someone, just tell them that person told to set up there. Yeah, I could do that. Alex, I am 36 years old. Alex Moore, 36 years old. My niece just had a daughter, which makes me a great uncle. I've never felt older in my life. Google, are you talking about pay clicks? No, I don't pay for clicks. I don't pay anything. I just created a Google Place listing, a Google Maps listing for my laundromat, and I created a separate Google Maps listing for the ATM inside of my laundromat. I don't do the pay per click advertising or anything like that on Google. I'm sure you could, and it might help, but I don't. The only paid advertising I do is through Facebook targeting. I target within a 5 to 10 mile radius around my laundromat, and I'll do Facebook ads. But that's it. Liquor and handcuffs have happened on the same night for me before. I avoid them. I avoid both of them. Yeah, yeah. Good to see you survive COVID. I aim to come to Indy to meet in person. Aim to come to Indy to meet in person. I'm down, Gary. Come on down, brother. Hopefully by then I'll have a spot and you can come down and I can give you a hot dog. You can taste one of my amazing honey bun custom flavored all beef quarter-pound chili cheese hot dogs. Good spot, yep. Have you ever had to get cops involved with disorderly drunk people at your dog cart? And you got to eat that food, man. Oh, I'll eat it. Trust me, I will eat it. Disorderly. Have I ever had? I've never had. See, I don't know why, but I'm kind of an intimidating guy. I don't know. Like, I'm not tall. I'm like 5'11". I'm less than 6 feet. I'm big. I'm big. I'm a fat guy. I eat food, obviously, but I'm not like humongous, like wrestler type of big. But for some reason, people find me intimidating. I don't know why. If you don't know me, like I'm a big teddy bear. I don't like fighting. I hate fighting. Um, but I don't know. Some people like when people meet me, people see me, they just think they find me intimidating. So I don't have problems. I haven't had any kind of disorderly drunk people or anything like that. Um, I don't know. I mean, if I did have a problem at the cart, if I'm in front of the bar, if I did have a problem, if I ever had something that looked like it was going to turn into a problem, usually the bar security is there to get them away from me and away from my cart. So I've never really, and that's usually if there's two people that are arguing behind me, and it looks like it's going to turn into something that turn into a fight or something. Usually, the bar security is really good about getting those people away from me. But I've never had to step in. I've had people come up and like kind of try to get mouthy with me, but as soon as I snap, I'll just say something snappy back at them, and they tend to shut up. Um, Dan might put you to work. I might, buddy. Come on down. I'll lease you a hot dog cart. $50 a day. You can work in front of a bar. All right, folks. I've been on here for 2 hours and four. Ooh, dang! It's been 2 hours already. My, how time flies when you're having fun. I got up to like 25, 30 people on here. I'm pretty happy with it. I love you guys. I love the support. I love the community that I'm building here. I absolutely love, you got the laundromat people and you got the hot dog people, and we're all just meshing together, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I really appreciate you guys. I look like a security guard. Maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't. The bald thing is new though, so I haven't always looked this way. The bald thing is new, and the side stuff is new. So I don't know. I've been a bouncer. I was a bouncer for probably since like 2012 when the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis. That's when I started. Started as a bouncer. Um, I'm gonna get off here. Good night, Dana. Good night, Cody. Good night, Marcos. Good night, everybody else who I'm forgetting, because I had like 30 people on here and it was amazing. It's the most I've had. So Much appreciated. I love you guys. I love the support. Keep supporting. Stay tuned. And I'm going to eat my McDonald's because it smells good and I'm hungry. So have a good one. Shout out to Stanley.